This is Jared Horak for today's RacingDigest.com, and my Today's Racing Digest video series continues Sunday, December 1st, 2019. We're going to look at 3 graded stakes races from Del Mar, and let's jump right into it. And we're going to start with the 3rd race from Del Mar, the Grade 3 Cecil B DeMille Stakes for 2-year-olds traveling 1 mile on the turf course. And we're going to pull up the race header right now. We're going to look at some of the contenders for this race. Number 13, Go Time for trainer Peter Miller, 20-1 morning line. And he upset $50,000 maiden claimers at 5 furlongs on turf at Gulfstream Park in his debut. Now he moves to the Peter Miller barn, and he's probably going to show speed under Paco Lopez from that outside post. Some others to look at. Number 3, Kandarel. A 5-1 morning line. He easily broke his maiden 1 mile turf race for Richard Mandela. Then the runner-up, who's also in this race, came back to flatter him. Number 8, Liar Liar. That one came back to break his maiden as the favorite in a 1 mile turf race at Santa Anita on October 27th. Number 11, Smooth Like Strait, is another one that should show speed, stretching out in distance for trainer Michael McCarthy. Just a question of how far he wants to go, but he will impact the pace. Number 4, Hariboux. Number 7, Goliad. 2 of them to look at. They were separated by a neck last time out. That was in a 4-horse optional claimer. That was at a 1 mile on turf on November 14th. Now Goliad will add Lasix for this race, and then also he's going to reconnect with his winning rider Flavien Prat. But I ended up landing on number 1, Hit the Road. Now this one, last time out in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf, he ended up getting disqualified. He finished 7th. He was disqualified and placed 14th. I'm just going to look at his overall effort. I'm not worried about the disqualification. I thought he ran well. He drew post 13. He was up in contention. He ran a decent race. He was only beaten 2.5 lengths. He actually finished 7th. He was battling. He was up there, but he was racing wide from post 13. Didn't really have much of a shot there. So I thought he ran well, all things considered. But the race that makes him possibly the winner of this race, you go back to his Zuma Beach Stakes victory. He earned quality numbers. He earned a quality final rating that day for Today's Racing Digest. He earned the best CPR in the field. The CPR for Today's Racing Digest, a comprehensive performance rating, which takes into account pace, final time, and closing fraction. So if you look at the class of the Zuma Beach, plus the CPR, plus his final rating, his finishing kick, everything together there makes him a winner of this race if he can run back to that race. And I think that he should be able to do that from the inside post, should run a much better race. Now he's reconnecting with Victor Espinoza, who was aboard for the Zuma Beach victory. And then he also broke his maiden at this course and distance over the summer in July. So there's a lot to like about Hit the Road in this race. He's 5-1 morning line, but don't know if that is really going to hold up in this spot. You figure he's going to take some money. Let's jump over to Del Mar Race 5, the Grade 2 Hollywood Turf Cup, 1.5 miles on the turf course. Let's pull up the fast figs for this race. Now the fast figs for Today's Racing Digest, very profitable number. It's a speed number and a class number all rolled into one. And number 10 United has a 140 fast fig for this race. He leads the field. It's in the post with a 137, but It's in the Post does much better work at Santa Anita. He's winless on this turf course. Zestful with a 136, that one should show speed. Oscar Dominguez with a 136, but he doesn't like this turf course either. He's 0 for 9. And then Overdue with a 128. He's lightly raced. He's improving. So the top contenders in this race, and I'll begin with my 4th contender and work my way up. Number 3, Zestful, is going to be my 4th choice in here. Now he's 8-1 morning line, and I think he's going to get out there. He's going to set the pace. He's going to take him as far as he can. He likes to win races. He likes to go to the front. Has plenty of stamina. But the question is, what kind of turf class does he have? Now, for the turf races, both of his turf wins were in the starter allowance ranks. Now, he did win a restricted stakes race on the main track at Los Alamitos at 1.25 miles, and then he was 2nd in the Grade 2 Marathon on dirt at Santa Anita last time out. So I'm not sure about his turf class in here, but he does have speed. He likes to win races. He'll be out there. Now, number 6, Cleopatra Strike, was also entered in the Seabiscuit handicap on Saturday, November 30th at Del Mar, but they scratched. They're going to run in this spot. He's 7-2 morning line, and he's a contender in here. He was right there in his last 4 starts. It was a nice victory in the John Henry Turf last time, a Grade 2 at 1.25 miles at Santa Anita. And he's one that we know he can at least go 1.25 miles. He's got some tactical speed, and he's been running well since he's moved to the Phil D'Amato barn. Number 10 United is the one to beat in here. He's the 5-2 morning line favorite. Now, he almost won the Breeders' Cup Turf last time, 51-1, but he was facing a good international cast. I liked him in my video for the Breeders' Cup Contenders. I said he had a good shot to at least hit the board there, and he did. He ran a big race. He almost won it. I wasn't expecting him to quite run that well, but he ran a huge race there, and he almost pulled off the upset, just missed by a head. Flavien Prat's going to ride back for this trainee for Richard Mandella. He can stalk, he can close. He's pretty consistent. His last win was at Del Mar, and I think he's really a solid threat to finish somewhere in the top 3. But for a value top choice, I'm going to go with number 9, Overdue. This one's 5-1 morning line. He's 2 for 2 since they added blinkers and switched to jockey Mike Smith. So that's been the key to this one's success. He's a 4-year-old gelding. He's on the improve. He's going to get a class test. He's going to get a stamina test in this race. But I think he's an interesting alternative to the favorites. He's 5-1. United's 5-2. Cleopatra Strike is 7-2. They're your 2 favorites. But I think Overdue, I talked about his fast fig. He has a 128. He's going to have to improve. But horses like It's in the Post, Oscar Dominguez don't like this turf course. Zestful, another one with competitive fast figs. Not quite sure where he fits class-wise. But Overdue, right behind them on the fast figs. He's improving, and maybe he can give United a bit of a battle in here if he can handle the distance. Let's jump over to finally Del Mar race 7, the Grade 1 Matriarch, a mile on the turf course. In this race, there's a lot of quality in this race. And we'll look at the top contenders in here, and then I'll give out my top choice. The 5 Toinette for trainer Neil Drysdale. She's 7-2. She's won 7 of her last 9 starts. She's 4 for 4 in 1 mile turf races. Flavien Prat's going to ride. She can stalk, she can close, she's versatile. She drew a decent enough post. She's a threat in here. Number 3, significant form for trainer Chad Brown. She's 9-2. She's 3 for 4 in 2019. All 3 of her wins were in the graded ranks. She certainly has a lot of quality. I've always liked her. She won her last 2 starts under John Velasquez, and he's going to be aboard Sunday. I like her running style versatility, and she's been to Del Mar 1 time, and she was 4th in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies Turf. So now she's going to come back to Del Mar for the first time since then. She's a threat in here. She's going to have to step up her game a little bit. My second choice, number 7, Got Stormy. The favorite and deserves to be the favorite. She's 5-2. I liked her in the Breeders' Cup Turf last time. She's a classy 4-year-old filly for trainer Mark Cassie. Her last 3 starts, she took on the males. She won the Grade 1 4-star Dave at Saratoga, then finished 2nd in the Grade 1 Woodbine Mile, and then 2nd again in the Grade 1 Breeders' Cup Mile. She could easily win this race. She's got some tactical speed. She can stalk or close. Just all the solid contenders in here. They're versatile. They're very good, and they're all sharp. Number 11, Juliet Foxtrot. I landed on that one as my top choice. She's 3-1 morning line. She's been very good in all 5 starts this year for trainer Brad Cox. Florian Giroux rides, and he does ride her well. She's versatile. She should be able to get a decent trip. I don't think the post position is going to give her too much trouble in here. She can go to the front if they need to. They can stalk. They can close. So she'll probably get out of the gate, and they'll look for some kind of position. I think she should be able to get that position. I'm hoping maybe she can get the jump on Got Stormy in here. Maybe she gets forwardly placed, either sits just off the lead or goes to the lead, and then maybe she can get the jump and then try to hold off some of the other quality runners in here. Now, the key rival to look at in this race that Got Stormy and Juliet Foxtrot both faced recently is Uni. And Uni won the Breeders' Cup Mile. She ran down Got Stormy, and then before the Breeders' Cup Mile, Uni ran down Juliet Foxtrot in the Grade 1 First Lady. So I think that Juliet Foxtrot, Got Stormy, they're both closely matched in here, just depending on the trip. But just based on the value, I think that Got Stormy is going to be bet down. Juliet Foxtrot, I think that 3-1 will at least hold up in here, possibly a little bit higher. So I went in that direction. So my 3 top choices for these 3 big stakes races on closing day at Del Mar. Del Mar race 3, number 1, Hit the Road is my top choice. Del Mar race 5, number 9, Overdue, my value top choice. And then finally, Del Mar race 7, the Grade 1 Matriarch. Number 11, Juliet Foxtrot is my top choice. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, make some comments in the comment section. Who do you like in some of these closing day stakes races at Del Mar? You can get the complete digest for this Del Mar card at todaysracingdigest.com, along with the fast figs. The fast figs, $3 for this full card. a very good profitable number. You got to use those fast figs for this closing day full card. So my full card is available at todaysracingdigest.com for this closing day at Del Mar, along with the complete digest and then the fast figs as well. And I'll be back next week with another stakes race from around the country.